Hey, what's up? This is not a flex, this is a reflex. This is not a flex, this is a reflex. Excuse me, I'm driving on my way home after a long day. Like I said, this is not a flex, this is a reflex. And I'm talking to the people that's really been thinking, contemplating, wishing, waiting, wanting, praying for things to change, but they are not willing to make a decision to help the process along. See, things ain't gonna change until you do something different, until you learn that everything is not, out to destroy you. There are some things out here that are helpful. There are some people out here that genuinely want to help you get to the next level, achieve your goals, and are willing to help you. But it's up to you. It is up to you. The sun is shining real bright. It's that time of day. And, I just wanted to, share a little bit about me. I came from absolutely nothing. I had nothing. We going on, it's been a little bit over a decade. I was homeless, jobless, penniless. Didn't have a pot or a window. And one day I made a decision. And I took action. I said, I don't care what happens. I'm not going to be in this position again. I'm not going to be a deadbeat dad. I'm not going to be homeless. I'm not going, not have a, 800 plus credit score. I'm not going to have, the car that I want to drive. You know what I'm saying? And I took action. So what are we missing here? What are we missing? The action. I knew, and I got around people that were living, semi, the type of life that I wanted to live. But it took a lot for me to believe that I could live that life too. And so I stopped feeding myself the negativity. And the negativity for me was coming from within. The thoughts that I was having, the stuff that I was telling myself, the things I was listening to, the TV. Yeah, I'm gonna step on some toes right now because a lot of y'all is living this fantasy life, watching somebody else on TV, but you ain't doing nothing to try to, better your own life. Spending hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, up under this idiot box and wondering why your life ain't changing. But you looking at these fantasies and these soap operas on TV. So, there were some things that I needed to change. I was a big movie guru, I watched a lot of movies, and Sunday was my day to, binge watch all of these shows and movies and just lay around and do nothing. I had to change that. Remember, this is not a flex, this is a reflex. My reflex took me to, I need to do something different. I don't want the same results, so I'm not going to do the same things. But I made a choice, I made a decision. You see, the day came when I knew that if my decision making didn't change, then my living situation wouldn't change. It really, it's painful to watch some of you guys, man. It's just painful because a lot of people are just living in oblivion. And when things come down the pike, you don't have the resources that you need to take care of, the business that you need to take care of. And then it's, full panic mode. Let's do better. I want to help. Let me help you. Help me help you.